Welcome to Corvallis, Oregon, and the house Ocho Cinco and Hushmanzada built. Reser Stadium, home to the Oregon State Beavers. Maybe you need a little caffeine, or maybe the sheer energy of this matchup will keep you wide awake, as we know anything can happen when you kick off after dark. As we'll see a squad from the Sun Belt, the Arkansas State Red Wolves, taking on a team from the SEC, the Oregon State Beavers. For EA Sports College Football, Reese Davis with you alongside David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. Time to get this game started. The Red Wolves will get us underway with the opening kickoff. He'll start the return inside his 5. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. So the Oregon State Beavers offense will get the first swing of the game. And there's a man who believes he is always open. He carries that swag and that aura of a big-time playmaker, guys.
He's got to catch the football. If you're the quarterback coming into this one, you are looking for this guy early, and David, you're looking for him often.
And this offense better find ways to feature him. Find him, like you said, Jesse, early, often, deep, shallow. Get this man the football.
Solid pickup of 4 on first down. It's 2nd and 6. Looking downfield, it's Terrell. He makes the connection. Tackled immediately after the catch.
I love playing man-to-man defense, and I love getting up in their kitchen and jamming you at the line of scrimmage, but it's really hard when they start running these crossing routes and drags and ends because now I'm in chase mode, and the QB has a little bit of space a lot of times, and those fast guys can create some separation and get a first down like they did there.
The one thing that can derail this offense, a bunch of 3-and-outs. They won't do that here, but they might go 4-and-out if they don't convert. On 4th down, trying to find his man. He's going to take off. He steps out of bounds, but he's got a first down on the play.
There's nothing more annoying defensively than this. You got a guy bottled up, great coverage, boom. He escapes out of it, pulls a rabbit out of a hat. Next thing you know, scrambles, gets a first down. Now I got a new set of problems I got to deal with.
Quickly out to the tight end. They get him down after he makes a catch.
A nice job by the defense there tackling the catch and smothering the tight end. They know this offense is going to try to find him in the passing game in a lot of different situations. That time, perfect coverage, and nice job bringing the big guy down. Not easy to do.
Getting some heat. And the ball comes out. What a disastrous play. Oh, looks like the offense was able to recover it.
Woo. Deep breath, right? Man, you fumble that thing, you cough it up, you're like, oh, I really appreciate you, brother. I can't tell you how much I thank you because the coaches would have been all over me, but big-time break for the offense.
Turns it on in midfield. Nifty little scamper on this one. Enough for the first down, and he slides in safely. The Beavers are flying down the field. From the gun, they'll try to impose their running game.
Just a simple power play. Power football. Be strong, be big, be physical. Make it a fourth-quarter game. Make them feel you. Keep them off balance.
Looking to throw, it's Terrell. Still looking, on the move. He'll pull it down and run. How about that nice run from this junior quarterback?
He's got such good awareness in the pocket. He does a good job of feeling the rush, and you know it's a pass, and you want to keep your eyes downfield, but he sees an opening, and if he sees an opening, he's got the ability to go get it and get a first down.
Going to the run, it's Tavai. Just plowing ahead. The tackle is made, but he's got it first and goal from the 6.
First down, you know you always want to establish the running game. How about this offense? Nothing fancy. Run the football, be physical, get a big game.
And he rolls into the house. Touchdown, Oregon State.
And that is exactly what you love to see as a head coach. Watching your offense take the field, first drive of the game, and you're methodical. And you take what the defense gives you. You make good decisions. You don't have negative plays. You don't have missed assignments. That shows your head coach that you are locked in and ready to go.
He'll bring it back from inside his 5. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. So the Arkansas State Red Wolves offense will go to work for the first time today. You know, yards figure to be hard to come by through the air, but some quarterbacks, Jesse, just love to go at the star corner.
Yeah, and this guy's got confidence. He's not afraid to go at anybody, but he better be careful because this cornerback is one of the best in the nation.
One of the best, no doubt. And I think they will trust him on defense to make plays. So you got to make a decision. Is my guy good enough to beat him on the outside? I am fascinated by this matchup.
Into the pile, maybe got one. He stopped at the 21. And the Red Wolves in the hurry-up. On third down, he drops the throw. Got away from trouble and got rid of it. Makes the grab. And he's going to be just short of the first down. It's going to bring up a decision for this coach. The Red Wolves will punt this one away. He'll try to really get into this one. He's got great speed. They'll put a stop to that return at about the 37-yard line. Oregon State takes over, ready to send the offense onto the field. There wasn't much need to throw it around on that last drive for the touchdown, Jesse. They got it done running the ball.
And David, I don't think you have to overthink this thing. If they can't stop you running it, why would you stop handing it off? Just keep at it here on this drive.
Well, and if I'm the defense, I'm making some changes. I'm bringing in more big bodies. I'm playing more aggressive towards the line of scrimmage. I am not going to let them have that kind of drive again.
After the productive first down play, it's 2nd and 6. To the air, it's Terrell. Got his man in the middle. Excellent job working through the air there, finding a hole in that defense and picking up a first down.
When these wide receivers work the middle of the field, so much of this is feel. Understanding where the holes are in the zone or understanding how to get leverage on a man. And these wide receivers are dangerous nowadays because they do it so fast and see that so quick and make those plays over the middle.
He's going to be able to pick up a few yards before the slide.
He does a good job of dropping back, going through his progressions. Nothing there. What do? Go get some yards. Make it positive. Don't sit back in the pocket and force something into a bad situation or take a sack. Great job making something out of nothing.
Nothing to do with the football, and he just throws it away. It'll be third down.
A nice job by the quarterback there. You're outside the pocket. Nobody's open, so you throw the ball away knowing that you still have more chances to get this first down.
Trying to pick it up on the ground. Just nowhere to go against this defense to find that single yard he needed on third down. It would have been a 54-yarder if they'd tried the field goal. Instead, they'll try to convert on 4th and short. They'll try to pick up the first. And they'll bring him down, but not before he picks up the first down.
You know, I like the idea to go for it there on 4th down, too, because at this distance, it's definitely not a gimme field goal, right? So your best chances of scoring points and paying this drive off are to go for it on that 4th down, and, of course, they go out and get it.
Using his feet to buy time. At the 20, he's got space. And he's sprinting. He'll take it all the way. Touchdown, Beavers!
I mean, you talk about calling a pretty good defense you feel good about. You take away the pass, and what does the quarterback do? He pulls it down and just shows the speed, basically becomes a running back, takes it all the way to the house, and makes your defense look silly.
And he made that extra point, the wet turf, no problem at all. Looking for those open spaces and opportunity. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. Arkansas State has it ready to go to work on offense. To say this has been a slow start is a bit of an understatement, and they really need to get it going here, Jesse.
That's right. The opponent, they're firing on all cylinders right out of the gate. Offensively, for this unit, they've been slow and struggling. They need an explosive play to wake themselves up.
Yeah, and it's just the first quarter, so it's not the end of the world. You've seen slow starts, but you got to continue to pick and pick and pick.
The expressway is wide open. And they'll do more than move the chains. They'll move that thing more than 30 yards down the field before he's finally stopped.
I know it's early in the game, but defensively after that play, you know you have to tackle the catch. When this guy gets the ball in his hands, he is so dangerous after the fact. So it's okay for him to make catches. Just got to get him to the ground quickly.
He works his way down to the 30-yard line before he stopped a gain of 3. And the Red Wolves want to crank the tempo. On second down, just keeps firing. Finds a spot in the middle. They make the stop, but there is a flag on the field. We'll see what that's all about.
Personal foul. Roughing the pass. Defense.
An ill-advised play by that defender as he makes contact with the quarterback well after the throw, and it'll cost his defense. He's looking to throw it. He's got it. And he was dying to push his way in there, but he's knocked down at the 3.
You know, sometimes when you're throwing against zone coverage, you need time for the routes to develop. So nice job by the quarterback there, being patient, allowing his receivers to work themselves open.
They're going to run it. They get him on the ground at the 3-yard line, but this defense is taking some punches. Time winding down in the quarter as they come to the line. They'll try to pick it up on the ground. Going right back to the well, and this time he finds water. Gets it into the end zone for the touchdown. It's a much-needed life from this offense as they try to cut away at this lead.
No doubt. Needed something to go right. You're down. You got to make plays. You got to get your team back in it. Great start. Keep chipping away.
Almost ready to kick it away after scoring the touchdown. Here he comes from inside his own 5. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. And they'll get off one more play before the end of the quarter. To the ground with the back. And a short gain here in the first quarter will come to a close. We've reached the end of the quarter, and Oregon State has the lead. We've played one. Before we move on, let's have a look at the stats. Now to see if these guys can get back in the game as we open the second quarter. Tried to pound it on first down, now back to the line. Takes the handoff. It's Tavai. He's stuffed after picking up 1 to the 23.
They're strong and they're strong. Defensive tackles, they're strong. There's such big jokers in the middle where they just lock out those offensive linemen. And running backs, listen, they don't have much of a chance. When you got that 300-plus pound guy grabbing you around the shoulder pad, you tend to go to the ground pretty quickly.
Gets it to the 46-yard line. First down for this offense. And the Beavers come to the line with a fresh set of downs. Back to throw, it's Terrell. Quarterback on the move, still looking. Outside the pocket, lets it go. Makes a connection.
And I love the awareness by the wide receiver on that play because I'm not sure that route was supposed to be that deep. You got to wonder if the receiver decided maybe to adjust the route a little bit to make sure that he got the first down.
He wants to throw. Feeling some heat. Trying to escape and get it himself. Afterburner's coming. And he'll step into the end zone. Touchdown, Oregon State.
This guy just has a nose for the end zone, and we love his ability to find creases, use his speed in the open field, and go score. He's been really good for his offense early this year. That already his 5th rushing touchdown on the season.
And the extra point pushes the lead to 14. A very efficient 5-play scoring drive. And he finished things off with a 32-yard run to the house. And he takes this from inside the 5. Nice job executing all of the assignments as they put a stop to that return at the 22. Guys, we'll see if this Red Wolves offense can get moving. Now we'll get a chance to see if they can answer that last score, trailing by 14, Jesse.
Yeah, and at this point of the game, I feel like offensively, you should go back to what's been working for you in this game. Don't be afraid to dial up plays that you've already had success with, running it and throwing it. It's okay to repeat plays down 14 at this point.
And I would also say, Palmer, kind of understanding that my deep...
And the pass rush is effective, and they tackle him at the 19.
Nice coverage on the back end. Great job. Nothing open right away. The QB holds the ball in the pocket, and the pass rush finally gets home. Sometimes it's the DBs doing great work. Sometimes it's the defensive lineman winning up front.
And this defense is bringing the heat. Another sack.
He has been terrorizing quarterbacks all year long. That now his 10th sack of the season. He's got speed. He's got power. He's going to play on Sundays, and he is not cooperating with this offense's game plan.
Makes the catch around the 50. Returns like that are why you don't settle for the fair catch if you don't have to. Picks up just a little bit of yards to help out the O. Oregon State has it back, and here comes the Beaver offense. Really good balance on that last drive. They mixed it up all over the place, Jesse.
Yeah, how nice, too, to have the defense on their heels, because at this point, they don't know what's coming at them. They had problems stopping everything that last drive.
So I think this defense would come back with a little more aggressiveness. I mean, they let them have what they wanted. Now they got to dictate to this offense a little bit more.
Let's see what they've got on second down. Dropping back, it's Terrell. Almost intercepted. It'll fall incomplete. The defense almost came up with a turnover.
Man, you know, you always look back in games at single plays that turn the tide. And with this defense now trailing by 2 possessions, if they could have just caught the ball and gotten that pick.
And the ball slipped out. Now the defense has got it, and they're going the other way.
You got to be able to finish plays, and that running back had it, man. He had a first down, but he just could not hold on to the football. You got to be able to finish runs. That's one thing this coaching staff is always preaching to their backfield.
Timeout here as this coach is challenging the call. He wants to give the replay booth the chance to have another look. He spun that wheel of fortune by challenging the call, and it does not go his way, and he loses the timeout. Arkansas State ready to go back to work on offense. Last time, David, it was 1-2-3 kick.
The last drive, that 3 and out, sometimes that puts your defense in a bad spot.
And the pressure gets there. And down he goes at the 18. This offensive line has just been unable to keep them away from the quarterback. Now it's 2nd and long. Out of the gun, the inside handoff, looking for a crease. They make the stop, but not before he takes a chunk out of what they need to move the sticks. The Red Wolves want to move quickly. On 3rd down, going up top. Complete.
Oh, come on, we right there, man.
And
that's
it's a
a
first
fucking
down.
pick.
They'll mark it at the 44. Fresh set of downs after the completion.
Well, look, that wasn't a touchdown, but that was a
Wow.
massive play for this offense. They needed some momentum. They needed to find a rhythm and what better way than converting on 3rd down. Awesome job by the quarterback getting through his progression.
So the decision has been made, and the coach will take the penalty. Line gets set, 1st down. Movement from the linebackers trying to mess with the offensive line's assignments. They'll go to the ground. And the freshman does a great job using his technique and getting the man on the ground. They ran it on 1st down, now on 2nd. He's looking to throw. He's got it. And he's running in the
Fucking
open.
go route.
He was
Come on,
working
man.
his
We
way
in cover
toward that
3.
goal line. They'll stop him at the 2 after
We
the
in
big
cover
play
3,
up
man.
top. And the Red Wolves are moving quickly down the field. Turning to the running game on 1st and goal.
Cover 3 and
Into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, Red Wolves! And the offense finds a way to cut into this lead, but they still have plenty of work to do.
They do, but that's a big score. You don't want to get late and start getting in the second half where you're fighting to come back by so many points. So great job getting points, get that momentum back on your side so you can come out and do some good things when you get the ball next time.
On the run from inside his own 5. Good job by the coverage unit to stop the return man. Oregon State takes over, ready to send the offense onto the field. As it turns out, the fumble on that last drive set up the touchdown, David.
And there's no bigger stat in football than turnovers. You turn the football over, they turn it into points. Jesse, that is not a recipe for success.
Good news, though. They get.
He's looking deep. He holds it in, and nobody's close. Hits the accelerator to the right. And he got away from the defense and takes it in. Touchdown, Beavers!
Well, this offense is top 10 in the country in points per game because they've got a lot of speed and they've got home run hitters.
We ain't got a lot of
They
speed. What the fuck y'all
fast.
like?
They don't need 10 plays to go down the field. You saw it right there. They've
Kick the
recruited
shit out
well.
of
They've got playmakers. They're going to be a problem for defenses all year long.
Commentator just be saying anything.
On the move from inside his 5. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. Arkansas State has it ready to go to work on offense. This is when the pressure can ramp up a little bit on an offense, David, when they start feeling the heat to answer a score.
And I think being down 14, you can kind of feel that way. But, dude,
They could
if
beat
you
me
put
with
a good
this
drive
far
together,
as
this is a 7-point game. So, Palmer, no need to panic.
I was just going to say, David, I mean, this thing can flip quick. You go down, score, all of a sudden your defense gets a stop, or who knows, better yet, gets a turnover. This game is entirely different.
Come on with the bullshit, man.
Defense just a little
Right,
too
like, come
eager,
on.
and that's 5 yards for the Oak. Here comes the offense on 1st down. Running back searching for a hole. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one. The Red Wolves moving quickly to the line. Pulls and throws off the RPO. Put it right on him. Sweet play, good pickup, and they'll move the chains with the 1st down. And the Red Wolves come to the line with a new set of downs. The give to the tailback. We'll give him a couple on that one. 2nd and 8 coming up. Win with the running game on 1st down, now back at it. The play action fake. Got it in the middle, it's Thomas. He's
Give me the
there to
same
make
fumble
the
y'all
stop, and
gave
the
him.
damage has been done as they pick up the 1st down on the throw and catch. From the gun, the running back has it. Tackled at the 31. They'll give him 6 on the play. We've made our way to the 2-minute warning, and now they'll try to at least cut a little something off of this lead before the break. 6-yard pickup on 1st down leaves him with 2nd and 4. He's looking to throw. The quarterback's a little more on target there. Maybe they hook up, but it's an incompletion.
I'll tell you what, you could tell the defense knew exactly what they were doing. They were dialed in, took away the primary target. And then it's on you as an offense. Now I got to adjust. I got to do something different to what they're doing.
Pressure coming. He'll try to do it himself. This senior quarterback moving the chains and picking up a 1st down for his team. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Comes out throwing on 1st down. He's going to run it. And he has a solid gain on the play before sliding.
You know, QBs want to make those big plays. They want to put up the big stats. But when nothing's there, sometimes you just tuck the ball, get a minimal gain. I like the slide, by the way, too. Get down and don't take a big hit.
Makes the catch. And they wrap him up, but not before he gets enough on the catch for the 1st down. You can hand it to him, you can throw it to him. Either way, he's making his presence felt.
Those are your favorite plays, Reese, the him plays, right? They're finding ways to get...
And makes the grab in the end zone. Touchdown, Red Wolves!
And I tell you what, that passing touchdown, man, that should spark this whole team. Like, the comeback is more than on now. Like, they got the touchdown. They cut into the lead. You want to get a stop and go into the half, get all the juices, all the excitement, and be like, listen, the passing game's rolling. We got this. The comeback's in full effect.
He'll start the return inside his 5. Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. Oregon State has it back, and here comes the Beaver offense. They've got some time to work with here, Jesse, and if they get a first down, they might really get aggressive.
I'd be aggressive right out of the gate. I'd be throwing for a first down. If I get it, then it's pedal to the metal. I'm in that 2-minute mode to try to score a touchdown or get a field goal.
But I do think this is a situation where you also have to understand that I have the lead going into the half. I've got the momentum, so don't do anything stupid here.
They'll throw it on first down. Starting to feel a little pressure. The offense wastes no time getting the timeout call.
All right, this quarterback is going to have to start playing with a clock going off in his head. He knows he cannot hold on to the football too long with players like that getting after him.
Showing the arm strength to the left. He's got it downfield for a huge gain. He got loose, almost housed it, finally dragged down at the 32. Back to throw, it's Terrell. They're trying to get to him. Finds a crease at the 20. They finally corral him, and he turns that into a big gain and a first down. The Beavers come to the line in the hurry up. Going up top on first down. And the pressure was too much. They get him at the 15. They'll use a timeout right before halftime. Maybe time for 1 or 2 more plays. Just a few seconds remaining here as they try to put something up before halftime. He's back to throw on second down. The pass is incomplete, and the clock will stop with 5 seconds left.
You got to love the aggressive nature this defense is playing with right now, and you're seeing the athletes and the dudes they've got up front. A sack on the last play. They hit the quarterback on this last one. Now third down, you know they're going to be pinning their ears back.
And good hands there by the defense on that shot to the end zone. And as the first half draws near to a close, here comes the field goal unit. It's good. And they'll trot off to the locker room after the field goal to close the half. That's the end of the second quarter. That means it's time to join Kevin in our halftime update.
Guys, you've been calling a lively one from there in Corvallis. Each of these two offenses has looked like well-oiled machines, but it doesn't take a genius to figure out these two passing attacks have run circles around these defenses. Man or zone, nothing seems to be working, and I'm not sure that defensive coordinator is going to be able to figure things out here at halftime.
Guys, we'll see if this Red Wolves offense can get moving. I imagine we'll see them go right back to work up top after how productive that passing game was in the first half.
And it's interesting. If I'm the defense and I've got the lead, they've had success throwing the football, but we're winning. I don't know that this defense changes too much of what they've done in the first half.
I think they got to do a better job with pass rush. They might want to change their coverages as well, because they're probably at this point expecting this offense to have to keep throwing, considering they did have success in the first half.
Like how? Is he wide open, dog?
Right down the gut of the field. Touchdown, Arkansas State. And the comeback is on.
What are y'all doing?
That was just as simple as playing catch and warm-ups.
And this offense felt like they could take advantage of this defense down the field, throwing the football. They've got a lot of speed on the perimeter. And I feel like they've got some matchups they feel they should be winning one-on-one. You saw a great example of it right there.
He'll bring it back from inside his 5. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. Oregon State takes over, ready to send the offense onto the field. They've got the lead here. Last time they settled for a field goal, but David got to find that balance between being aggressive and careful.
Man, I think they'll take that. I got the lead, Palmer. I got the football. I got to take care of the football. Put him.
And the quarterback caught up to and sacked at the 12. The Beavers headed quickly to the line.
And I think this team knew going into halftime trailing, their defense was going to have to step up here in the second half. And on the very first play of the third quarter, they get a sack. That is good news for this defense.
Man, how tough is this guy to defend? He drops back, everything tells you pass, and then he scrambles and gets the first down. Just so hard to defend.
Here's the handoff. Just working and poking and prodding and finding his way up to the 36. Halfway there on first down, it's 2nd and 5. Out of the gun, the inside handoff to the running back. What a good run there. He has enough for the first down.
And David, how demoralizing does it have to be for a defense when you know they're going to run it, everyone in the stadium knows they're going to run it, and still you cannot stop it?
There's nothing more demoralizing as a defensive lineman because it ticks you off. It gets in your head. You know that guy's going to come off and smack you, and you've got to do something about it. I think the defense maybe time to start committing more guys to stopping that run, not worrying about the pass as much.
And the Beavers will have it 1st and 10. Fast motion from the offense. Receivers telling the quarterback what they see. Looking for a man. It's Terrell. Pocket starts to
Oh, man.
makes the grab. He's brought down, but there's a flag on the play.
That's
Let's
good
see
flag.
if it stands.
Illegal forward pass. Offense.
Wide open.
Remember, if your entire body is past the line of scrimmage when you throw the football, that's a penalty. He was, and the penalty will be accepted. On 2nd down, looking again to throw. Firing to the right, complete. They bring him down, but a solid pickup to put them in position to pick up a first down. They probably feel good about their field goal chances from the 29, but they'd love to convert this 3rd and short. From the gun, wants to pass. They're working that left side. And they knock him down, but he got past the line to gain.
It's all about critical downs and distances on defense. You want to be great unit defensively, you've got to be good on 3rd down and the red zone. For this defense giving up a 3rd down like that, that is just a gut punch.
And he's able to find a little bit of running room before they get him down. It'll be 2nd down, and remember, they can pick up a first without scoring. From the gun, running back on the move. He'll be down at the 4-yard line after that terrific run. The Beavers trying to pay off the threat on 1st and goal. They'll try to get it in with the run. He works his way all the way down to the 3, and the defense is reeling. 2nd and goal for this offense. Trying to barge their way in. And he takes it in for the score. Touchdown, Oregon State. And the extra point will tack another one onto this lead. Lining up to cover the kick after that touchdown drive. The returner will field it and try to do some business. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. Arkansas State ready to go back to work on offense. They are trailing by 10 here, Jesse, but this is the type of team that seems comfortable in an offensive shootout.
You got to hold serve at this point, right? You got to drive the field, put some more points up on the board. Yeah, they just scored. You can answer that now and keep this thing close.
And I think you're used to that as offense. Like, football is so fast-paced now, and you score so quickly, it's not that big of a deal to get down 10. You keep being aggressive.
Here's a quick throw out to the left. And that defense
She got a flag.
After a short gain. The Red Wolves want to pick up the tempo. On 3rd and long, try to convert through the air. Looking to scramble.
No, sir. Bring your bitch ass here, boy. Bring your bitch ass here, boy.
And the Red Wolves will send out the punt unit. makes a move. This guy is a daring punt return man. He's not going to settle for the fair catch. A solid return gets a little bit of ground for the offense. Oregon State has it back, and here comes the Beaver offense. How about that blocking up front in that running game last time as they just walked it down for a touchdown, David?
And the big boys up front doing their job, opening holes, the backs making plays. Everything on the ground on that first drive worked.
And we know that this is the identity this coaching staff wants for this team, right? They want to be the most physical team on the field. Let's see if they can keep it up.
Trying to get to it. He was able to squirt free and pick up.
Well, when it's 5 now.
Well, great job there by
Well, when it's 5 deep,
right away, but you saw the coverage in the back end. Nowhere for the quarterback to throw the football. Didn't get the sack, obviously. You don't get the negative play, but you also don't give up a big one. You're feeling pretty good about where you are right now in this drive.
Yeah, and that's a really good job by the defense, because when you get in that third and medium area, listen, you got to be worried about the run and the pass. Did a good job playing both, got it stopped, now forcing a fourth down.
Throws to the tight end. The completion well past the sticks. And not much of a fourth down gamble when it's that much of a sure thing. An easy conversion for this offense.
And in this offense, you know, as a quarterback, you're going to get opportunities to put up some pretty big numbers. You've been impressed watching this guy play early this year. With that last pass completion, he's now already over 2,000 yards on the season.
They'll keep it on the ground for first and goal. And he waltzes in for the score. Touchdown, Beavers! They are seizing control and taking away hope as they push out the lead in this Week 8 showdown.
And the running back gets his second rushing touchdown of the game. You want to continue to feed this guy. You can tell he's got a nose for the end zone, knows how to get in there, knows how to make things happen.
About to kick it away after scoring the touchdown.
Arkansas State, 28.
Here he comes from inside his own 5. And good work by the coverage team to get the return man down on the ground. Arkansas State has it ready to go to work on offense. Trailing now by 17, David. This is an opportunity that they need to answer.
And down by 17, it's not panic mode yet. Like, I know we just gave up some points and our defense hasn't played great. I think this offense can still be who they are and stay consistent.
No doubt, lots of football to go, but you do get the feeling this is the time of game where, you know, it could get bad. If you don't score and all of a sudden they get the ball back, they take it down the field and put some points up, this thing might be over. So absolutely, this quarterback, he wants to drive this offense down the field and at least put something on the board.
Most offensive coordinators want to be really aggressive on second and short. And I love the quarterback here. He drops back to pass thinking being aggressive. Nothing available. Scramble. Give me an easy first down.
The Red Wolves racing to the line in the hurry-up. He leaves it with his back. At the 45 on his way. And it is a chunk play, a huge gain on that one before the defense brings it to an end. What perfect execution on that big run. Everything perfectly blocked, and this guy doesn't need a lot of room.
I love how this offensive line communicates and works up front. You see guys winning their one-on-one battles. There's double teams happening. Guys are getting into the second level and creating big lanes for this running back.
He's going to let one fly down the middle. And the
You niggas can't catch a cold if it came in your direction.
We've played 3 quarters. We've reached the end of the quarter, and Oregon State has the lead. And as we switch ends of the field, let's take a quick look at the national rankings. One more quarter to go, and it looks as if we are ready to play. They've changed ends of the field, now facing third down as they go back to work. From the gun, wants to pass. He's got the back in the middle. And how does he keep running? I'd be dizzy after a spin move like that. And the Red Wolves will snap it on 1st and 10.
And a great job by the QB, finding the running back, get him the football where he can do some damage after the catch, and most importantly, get the first down.
Well, it's a good time to mix in the run play. You're down, it's late in the 4th quarter right now, and everyone's expecting you to throw, so not a lot of defenders in the box. So that's a great situation to try to run the ball.
Might as well run him until they stop him. He's got it again.
He can burn all that clock out he wants
Stop him
to.
at the 20. Let's give him 3 yards on that carry. From the gun, the ground game. Dropped after a pickup of 4 down to the 16. Defense has to be frustrated. The offense keeps matriculating and matriculating and matriculating the ball down the field. They'll throw on 3rd and short. Quickly complete. Good tackle there to stop him short of the first down. It'll bring up a big decision. They were really hopeful he could make a guy or two miss and pick up the first down, but he comes up a little short.
Yeah, and it's great defense. It's defense understanding where the sticks are, not missing tackles, getting the guy on the ground quickly. Really nice job by the defense understanding the situation.
They gave the first.
The Red Wolves
They
get
gave you
enough for the
fucking
first
ass
down.
the first.
Gotta love the physicality on 4th down and short. You know what's coming. They hand the football off to the running back. No secret, but he plays physical, gets behind his pads, and gets the first down.
They've moved it into scoring territory, 1st and 10 from the 11. Looking to move it through the air. Quarterback moving out of the pocket. Touchdown, Red Wolves! And they take it in for 6 more points. You have to wonder what the defense was thinking there. I mean, he just gashed them all by himself.
Right, and you think quarterback runs sometimes, but you can't think about it all the time. In this direction, there's so many things to look at. The quarterback can throw it, but when you got an athlete behind center that can do that, it's just frustrating. Too many things to try to stop.
Rolling the dice to bring it out of the end zone did not work out as he stopped at the 13. Oregon State takes over, ready to send the offense onto the field. After standing on the sideline and watching that long touchdown drive, they really need to put something together to give their defense a rest.
And that's a real thing, man. Like, you've played a lot of plays, you get worn out, you need a chance to go decompress on the sideline, get some oxygen. Palmer, now it's on this offense.
Yeah, this is the definition of complementary football because it's a two-pronged problem. You've got to score points and answer, but you've also got to take your time and give your defense an opportunity to get their win.
To throw, it's Terrell. Going deep. Makes the catch down the right side. And they are pushing the ball down the field. A big pickup on that one, and the tackle is finally made. How about that last big play? You're backed up, and now you've got it 1st and 10 from the 46. Smashes through.
That's all, man.
Nice, solid form tackle from this sophomore.
At this point of the game, the offense has the lead. The offensive coordinator knows they want to keep running the football. So he's going back, he's looking at his playlist, and he's saying, which runs work the best for me in this game? What can I lean on right here to make sure we win this one?
And he won't quite get there, but boy, after that pickup, just a few inches to go for the first, an array of possibilities here. He gets the job done on 3rd down. They move the chains. It's at the 37.
I think you have to like what you see if you're the coaching staff here. Your offense is on the field, and it looks like you got a pretty good drive going, and you're just going to try and keep this thing marching, keep the clock ticking. You've got a really nice lead here late. Just want to find ways to keep the chains moving. They're doing it.
They'll throw it on 1st down. Unloads to the wideout. He makes the catch. Touchdown, Oregon State! And they add 6 more to the board with that trip to the house. They put another score on the board as they try to push this winning streak to 3.
Really nice job working the route and getting himself open. He was able to locate the football, snag it out of the air, and this guy now has 5 receiving touchdowns on the year.
Let's go to the studio now and check in with Kevin Connors. Kevin, what do you got?
Guys, right back to your game after we update the nation on this one. Kansas was able to cap off a close one in Lawrence with a narrow victory, and that's the mark of a solid program. Pile up wins, build on games like these, and remain focused on the big picture. 60 minutes of football and a convincing outcome, and certainly a game with implications far beyond just the standings, fellas.
And Kevin Connors keeping an eye on everything all over the country. Sounds like they had a good one there. Finds his tight end. Crosses the 30. He's got a lane. Finally run out of bounds, but he has this offense rolling with a 1st down. So much for the tough field position. One play, and you're already to the 35. He'll come out throwing on 1st down. Quickly complete. And he'll step across the sidelines after making a good gain on that one. Still some work to do after that last completion at 2nd down. He's looking to throw. He looks that one in nicely. He was running through tackles and picked up the first down and finally got knocked down.
They pick up the first down on the drag route. Good job by the receiver knowing it was man coverage. If he's looking, he's booking. He gave his quarterback the eyes right away that says, hey, I'm not stopping. Put it out in front of me. I'm getting this first down.
And the Red Wolves are in the hurry-up.
Well, and here's the problem offensively. Because you're trailing by so much so late in the game, the defense now is going to be playing big zone coverages, and they're going to allow you to throw the ball underneath in the middle of the field, rally to make a tackle, and bleed the clock. It's going to be hard now for this offense to claw their way back in this one.
He wants to throw it again. Bought a little time, lets it go. Finds his back in the middle. He's brought down quickly. Minimal gain there, still a bit short of the first down.
Brought down on play at the 19-yard line. Second down coming up.
On second down, looking to throw. There throws toward the end zone. Just threw that one way too far.
You know, it's one thing to take shots early in a game when the defense may not be expecting it, but at this point, fourth quarter, you're trailing by a lot. They know you're going to do it, and the defense was expecting that one. Great job in the back end.
Going for it all. And that one's too high, too wide, out of bounds and incomplete.
Well, trailing this much in the fourth quarter, the offense is looking for an explosive play to try to ignite them and get them back in this one, but nothing doing. Nice job in coverage.
On fourth down, they're taking to the air. They got him. It's a sack.
Good defense, nigga.
For this defense to turn it over on down.
He had nowhere to go with the football. Fourth down, you know he wants to make a play. I'd like for him to throw it up, to be honest. Try to give somebody an opportunity to make a play. Who cares if I throw a pick? It's fourth down anyways, but couldn't find anybody to get the ball off. Defense surrounds him, gets him to the ground with the sack.
He picks up maybe a couple before he stops right at the 30-yard line.
And I think this is where coaches really earn their money late in games, right? It's in the fourth quarter. You got the lead. Do you want to stay conservative and run the football? Because I see the defenses, they start to get aggressive, and so sometimes you can take the other hand and take advantage of it.
The junior quarterback frustrated with himself after throwing it behind his
Right,
man.
you saw that
It'll
bullshit?
take some work to get to the sticks. It's third and long from the 30. Scanning the field, it's Terrell. Fires to the wideout. Another incompletion on third down.
And that is a frustrating possession for this offense. You wanted to run the football, maybe take some time. You did the opposite. Got in a bad situation, threw the football, stopped the clock. Not how you manage a game late in the fourth quarter.
Hit as he throws. Incomplete, and the defense holds. First down here with time for maybe one more play until the 2-minute warning. He'll start this drive firing. Shoots it to the left. Hauls it in. Touchdown, Red Wolves. Made the snag and strolled his way into the end zone. He'll try to tack on one more. And it's up and good as they draw just a touch closer. That's taking advantage of a golden opportunity set up with great field position, and they struck quickly for the touchdown. They were ready for the onside kick and executed perfect. Oh, it's on the ground. High ball. Guys, we'll see if this red can get moving. Looking for a productive play on first down. He's going to pass. Coming after him. And the big fella couldn't elude the cornerback who makes a sure tackle. They'll hurry to the line with the clock still running.
Second down coming up.
Looking to pass on second down. And that's just a flat misfire, not even close to his receiver. Third and short from the 49. Is this 4-down territory? Linebacker shuffling around, trying to keep the quarterback from getting a read. Got his man on the right.
Man, come on, guys. That was a pick, bro.
But not before the big pickup and a first down for this offense. The Red Wolves come to the line with a fresh set of downs. Corner's going to give them room. Finds the tight end. They make the stop, but the sweet throw and catch is plenty to give them a first down. They immediately call timeout, trying to preserve every second they can to try to rally here late. From the 17-yard line, it's 1st and 10. From the red zone, looking for a man. Got a man, it's Thomas. And he's down right there, picked up a few, but still some work to do to get a first down. On second down, they'll take to the air. And he just flat dropped it. I think he wanted to run before he secured it.
Well, it doesn't get any more open than that. Good read by the quarterback. He was looking for his tight end wide open on the play. Man, you got to make the catch.
Looking to the end zone. Touchdown, Arkansas State.
Yeah.
And here they come, almost all the way back.
And listen, still a ways to go, but great job by this offense getting you back in the ball game. Now, we got a one-possession game. We've got our score. We did what we're supposed to do. Now, how do we get this stop? Now, the defense has to come up big and get me the rock back.
Cool as a cucumber as the hands team makes a sure catch.
And this is why you put your hands team on the field most of the time when you know it's coming, and you put those guys that are great catchers of the football. The first guys, what do? They go block. They go blow somebody up. The next guys catch the football, secure it, get your butt on the ground. And most of the time when you do this, the ball game is over.
Looking for a physical attack from the gun. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one. Defense uses a timeout quickly, trying to get that ball back and preserve time for their offense. Linebackers moving, trying to confuse the quarterback. The Beavers inside the final minute, trying to protect the lead and the ball. He fires to the left side. And it's picked off. That's the
Bro, come on with this game, dang.
I like aggressiveness, and I like going for the win. I have no problem with that. But, man, I got to call high percentage throws. I got to make sure I don't do that. Now I turn the football over. Now I got a chance to lose. I hope my defense comes in here and bails me out.
And this senior quarterback knows he had a chance that time and just put a little too much on it.
This defense right now is not only fighting an offense with a lot of confidence, but they're fighting against momentum too. Remember, they had a big lead earlier in this game. Now it's been reduced to just one possession, so they've got to make some big plays here on pass defense. They've got to be able to cover.
Fires to the middle.
You gotta catch
that one slipped to the ground, and if he had held on, that might have been a wrap. Instead, it'll be third down. They've got to move quickly here. Still a chance, but they've got to force the ball down the field. On third down, he'll try to pick it up through the air. Working the middle. The offense gets a quick timeout at this point. Every second is precious.
Well, this quarterback now has over 400 yards passing. To do that, you have to have weapons catching the ball. You've seen that in this offense all game long. There are some dangerous playmakers in the perimeter.
Flips it out to the back. And the defense settled in to stop that one for a short gain. Now they've got to hustle to the line and get set. And they'll spike the ball to try to save as much time as they can. Remember, all they have to do is get it close enough for a field goal here. Third and long, and he'll try to throw for it. That pass not close as he got drilled trying to deliver it, and it'll bring up fourth down.
Well, this defense is going to need a few plays now to get some of this momentum back. Remember, they had a massive lead earlier in the game, but that's dwindled now, and you wonder if they were just sleepwalking a little bit. They've got to step up now and play with some urgency.
And here we go, down to score. They'll go for it on fourth down. Desperate to convert, and he'll throw it. Throws to the back. Makes the grab well past the stick. There to make the tackle, but the big throw is good enough to give them a first down. He spikes it, clock stops as they try to rally late.
It's second down.
He's trying to get them set quickly. They have to get the ball into field goal range. Quarterback wants to throw on second down. Getting some heat. That pass is incomplete, and they're probably fortunate that it wasn't knocked free for a fumble.
Well, you look at the clock, they've got time for one more play, but they're out of Hail Mary range here, needing a touchdown to win this game. This is going to be a last-second, last-chance play that they practice, by the way, throughout the week. It's going to involve probably a lot.
Lofts one high and deep. And the pass is incomplete.
Almost blew it, didn't
he? Is over, and this will be a
Think it threw a pick at the end of the goddamn game.
After not really playing